Fancy on Betchrim. Injunction crab beda about one so but then mono yate say one Samuel Amos Ofosu and Yaswen in. That's what we hear. Yes, Yaswen in. But I pay Opoku Akins, University of Ghana SRC PRO. Also and Asumedu Prince, SRC President elect. Wow. Why no coffee no? Coffee one coffee. Okay. And one president elect no. Okay. Emma Kwaba.
Yeah.
Bibi aboko there.
Nyame Adom.
Official panso.
Afin come to ye afisa say na radio man in Sasuna Ghana yakoye di mye tumpompa.
Okay. Prince, one president elect no.
If I try. If I try.
Okay. And to the mama no PR no and chassis. Na we are the commander bibi also. Boyemu ansana abato ne babe bato niama bibi na course on campus. 5FM, then we'll get into the main conversation. Kofi.
Machao na macha utifu nyina wo akonya kese a mode ama ese yembra na asema enwu hia say because Osha University of Ghana we proud ourselves to be the citadel of knowledge. Entino nsem bi say enwu hia say yebeba na achechwe mu senia nsem nete senia wokan na this year University of Ghana senia your constitution ekano we went to the polls. And ansana the BI Ebeko polls now constitution stipulates clearly procedures I was say a film ansana yakotoaba. One of the first thing I can say you would have to appoint an electoral commission, which a vetting committee is set up by General Assembly and as Execom. That would birth the electoral commission. Then they would be mandated to run the elections. And so as an SRC led by the acting SRC president then, Nana Kwame Ntofianko, a initiative process. No? And so the vetting committee was set up. Ama omubodero say obibiara ni here say and answer or pese obesum as electoral commission for the SRC on for application embra. So we had a lot of people applying, and then who apply we are the vetting committee takes you through a vetting process. And their constitution, they can say the three people that top the vetting, the one with the highest mark becomes the electoral commission. That is the main electoral commission.
Okay.
By a national setting, and that is a Mami Penny or Oba Penny.
Okay.
Then the second, the one who becomes the second in the vetting result becomes the first deputy, and then the third becomes the second deputy. And so we be an electoral commission at the constitutional instrument. I the Execom. Now, over University of Ghana this year, because of COVID-19, we did a modular system. A modular system where one track, that is level 100 and 400, school more, level 200 and 300 for and so because of that, we couldn't have had a single track elections. So the EC in its own wisdom, a proposee say, then by level 200 and 300 in our campus, into a monobeto abandonment, that is, they will go and queue and then vote through the ballot paper. Now, level 100 and 400 for no move, or matter online. And so the online system was conducted by the University of Ghana computing system. That is the IT system of the school, and they conducted the online, section. And the manual one was share so. Now, Mecca said this year's SRC elections, I've followed SRC elections since level 100, but I would say this year's SRC elections is one of the most interesting, elections because you saw both parties involved, but the leading candidate, that is Prince and then Samuel Emosofosu, trying to rally their supporters behind them, and we had a very interesting and I would say showmanship when it comes to the campaign on campus because no be a person. But you now be a person say yes. Obetimi lead the student front. And electoral commission after the first round, senior mamranity and SRC constitution say obi biara you be as SRC president also onya 50 plus 1 and sana wait me declare as president until your call first round with the secretary one Miss Stephanie Nadu entry and a winnie here and I declare as secretary and a treasurer and one Mr. Daniel Obeng
and the
assembly and baho.
Okay.
It's the first round the two leading candidates will be 50% plus 50 plus 1. Samuel Emosofosuno led the first round, and so the dictate of the SRC constitution was say a runoff. Until on the 29th of October, Anna is near the share because constitution they say the runoff now within 1 week. I was saying the first round now with now runoff Bema within 1 week.
The
runoff.
Yeah.
The runoff never so I mean, we saw a whole lot of Senate elections that year. I mean, Ghana elections, the interest and the enthusiasm where elections, you could say University of Ghana is a miniature of whatever that happens at the national level. Elections they runoff no emuko yepa ama yewie abato no, that is electoral commission time or the mind that is 6 p.m. no we na about one no. Then you had a few clashes. I would believe some reporters cry a report TB between
was that at that point na national security for Omba campus na
me dear at that point the people that the perimeter na me one I saw police officers na Edu baby, Mesa Sabaho senior videos called viral. No?
Yeah.
And Mesa Sabaho ne come out for there was a little bit of clash. The ANC or Union Building. So ordinarily the security had to come in. And encourage na come restore and the electoral commission the SRC constitution no amani to me say ono pe and me declare obi as SRC president elect. Declare Mr. Prince Asumedu. Say ya keka about ni na bom no. Mr. Prince Asumedu na ya den o wini.
And that was the official declaration if he
exactly
electoral commission for no.
The electoral commission of the University of Ghana SRC duly declared and published Mr. Prince Asumedu as the SRC president elect. Now, this aftermath of the whole election say then a bemu. Now, we share SRC constitution. Now, SRC constitution is very clear. The SRC constitution gives room. And McQueen say obi biara yatwa bewe no because electoral process does not only end at the polls. The aftermath of an election is also part of the electoral process. Yes. And the SRC constitution is very clear on the process that you have to follow when it comes to challenging election petitions. Over national elections now, there's a time frame for all of that. The SRC constitution is say you to abawena easy declare now within 48 hours petition the judicial board of the SRC. So petition the judicial board now. I was said within 1 week judicial board near day, the assembly near day. Okay. Now what happened? They say your honor, the Dean of Student Affairs through a memo at the Babontin said we're receiving petitions be free the losing candidate and some other people. We are more challenging
losing candidates in this case.
In this case, Samuel Ofosu.
Okay.
Saying there are some irregularities that marred the elections, and they are invoking the Dean of Students to look into the matter. I mean, Ebasano and my University of Ghana students, some of us who have followed the SRC for some time and who, have read the dictate of the SRC constitution, because the SRC constitution now, you don't need a law student or you don't need a lawyer to interpret it for you. Say within 48 hours, petition judicial board.
Clear.
Very clear, okay. Explicit.
Okay.
And you're ambiguous. And about the son of some of us, people like us and some concerned students, start so move questions say, I don't think a constitution is a judicial board. So Dean of Student now petition either aqua command. Apparently read the SRC constitution now. The dean of students only comes in matters like this when there is an appeal. Because the dean of students is the chairperson of the appeals board.
Okay.
And you know, in the Assembly High Court, is it then the court over?
Assembly Court, the judicial board.
Judicial board. Into then you rush the dean of students.
Okay.
So some of us started questioning. A honor, Yabenya say. As at that time, I'm not dean of students. Setting up the committee to look into the matter. No, na judicial board no any hope.
No more.
That is the question that I'll be answering. My answer in my presentation.
Okay.
And on my I said, "Na judicial board nini." So we started asking, why is the judicial board not there? Then, indeed, per subsequent presentation, the university's legal counsel, or more opinion on the existence of the judicial board, affirms the fact, say, as at the time, I'm not dean of students, setting up committee, not judicial board, omumu area school. And I said the members of the judicial board had completed. Remember, I said, University of Ghana, senior modular system. Into the law students, they graduated, I think, on the 31st of July. Duly declared graduated on my job certificates. Not just said there are no more students of the University of Ghana. And the SRC Constitution has said, before you can be part of the judicial board, one, you have to be a student of the University of Ghana. You have to be a chief justice of a court. And you know, me and Legon Hall say, me person be a chief justice of the judicial board. I was me a chief justice of Legon Hall.
Okay.
Now, SRC president na appointed me. Say me na me chief justice to lead the judicial board. That time I'm not dean of students. Set up committee Now, Omewie school 1, 2. That time I'm not judicial board no class recess. And you know, master assume do what as part of the internal process, a petition the pro vice chancellor Isa.
Okay, about the absence of judicial board, does that nullify the declaration by the electoral commission?
It doesn't. What the judicial board does is that it only serves as a place where you can adjudicate matters.
Okay.
Until the judicial board need 48 hours, it means that you lose that right to challenge the outcome of the elections. Into declaration of the EC there is still hold. Into about Master Prince Asume do when you look at the status of the university, the pro vice chancellor ISA, that is academic student affairs. He has an oversight responsibility over the dean of students. And I say dean of students here ejuma under the pro vice chancellor ISA.
Okay.
So what happened is a Master Prince Asume do a petition the pro vice chancellor ISA. Ebusan in same a challenge the legality of the committee now.
Okay.
Because in the mind of Master Prince Asume, me reading the petition, some of the relief that they sorted and they said they do not believe that the dean of students have the power to form a committee to look into an election petition, and that the right place to go when you read their petition, I must say the right place to go is the judicial board as stipulated by the SRC Constitution. Now, enumpono judicial board na 48 hours now Constitution kind of there is no avenue, or the petitioner do not have any right to challenge the outcome of the election. Almost swear in as the SRC president. In the petition, na pro vice chancellor Isa, the respected Professor Daniel Ofori. I mean, he did one of the best thing ever that could have ever happened to the university. Because when he said, when people challenge articles and provisions in the Constitution, there are people that are trained, or there are people that have knowledge about law.
Yeah.
So what the province did in his wise wisdom and say, okay, someone petition me and may forward their command the university's legal council. Send a university's legal council no be advice on no province, on the petitioner.
Yeah.
It's assumed do the idea. Fantastic. And you know, a memo from the university's legal council to the pro vice chancellor, which was given to the dean of students to be served on Prince Asumedu, which officially communicated the provision ne response to Prince Asumedu ne petition no. And you know, the response University's Legal Council de buy no have the response here, but it say University Legal Council no Emma Dean of Student to me say ampa to me per the status of the university say an oversight responsibility over the undergraduate SRC and that of the graduate.
But that is not what the university constitution says. Yes, and the university constitution
no, the status of the university gives the powers to the dean.
Okay.
Say an oversight responsibility. And to the University Legal Council ne kai and say at that time the losing candidate na the petition here then no na judicial board ni ho. And to the University Legal Council pronounced the judicial board as not existent.
Okay, and in the absence of judicial board, no.
Dean was out
to me, no.
Yes.
Okay.
And to University Legal Council not affirm the powers of the dean to set up the committee. And I'm serving Master Prince Asumedu. So invariably, no, they are not air corner to say, okay, judicial board ni ho. And so not dean to me so here or set up the committee into no. Yan China recommendations are dean committee the bed. Whether or not the petitioners have a case, no. And that has been the communications from the authorities. In fact, I mean, Radio Universe, campus radio,
yes.
Campus.
Yes.
Radio Universe actually reported the dean of students said, I mean, the dean of students granted an interview on Radio Universe. Eka say, Obi biara or change say SRC transition, because people were worried because students at school. You need somebody at the student front to advocate for their interest. And a dean of student name about Biahumba say, Munyabotre. Na dean's committee near the Eba, Omo report bar. You be who cry bed. Apparently, Usha memo na dean's committee no. At the buy na the deadline was and I said time on the 19th of November.
Okay.
Ama Yabuse Monomosio and anyway into no ma accept for extension.
Almost started on Majuma Abreben.
Almost started on Majuma on the 3rd of November.
3rd November.
Yes. Okay. It's 19 you drew and I checks are your winners so ma accept for extension to be anya den enya botre. Enti yewomana you see judicial board obi the petition akoma judicial board. That is the losing candidates no Samuel Emosofosu. At the petition akoma judicial board. So judicial board now school is anya den. Anyhow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the judicial board sat on the case. And the judicial board, no,
who and who at that point?
At that point, the chief justice now we school no, and not only chief justice of any hall at that time no, or no, not in our case so. In fact, panel almost said you know.
How?
Yes, exactly. That is where the questions start coming.
Chief Justice now where we school.
We school. And man who can pay a man and pay the University's Legal Council near them. Said they were non-existent because they had completed what school. Suddenly came up, say Obia send you a petition. And you know they are going to sit on an election petition. And you know assembly air course no. I'm giving you all this narration because I followed the issues very keenly.
Fantastic.
It's in the issues near customer. Sometimes response from the province in the
okay.
So as some near customer, Mr. Prince Asumedu Otihei, the lawyers actually the jurisdiction of the judicial board to even hear the matter. I catch a judicial board and say at that time I heard the petition but one kasapem release am I say Musimo call recess na moba on the 10th of November. Elections here declared on the 1st of November. And from 1st November to 10th of November, how many hours? More than 1,000 hours plus. Meaning that they have exhausted that 48 hours and no more.
Yeah.
Or more.
Yeah.
But in the wisdom of the judicial board, no, I will come to the politics of the whole judicial board. It's an abanesano. And Mr. Prince Asumedu Otihei, the lawyers, challenging some members of the judicial board are not so. Apparently, 2 of the judicial board justices campaign for the losing candidate.
Oh.
Where evidence are there to corroborate what I'm saying. In Japan, and the two justices had to recuse themselves.
Okay.
Almost recuse you another illegality in Sabano. And almost a former chief justice, I would say, school. Mr. Prince Obed Balika, the chief justice of Commonwealth. No school. So invariably, also no chief justice of Commonwealth school. It's no soon to me day. And not semneso. No so bad day. Ebetna asemneso. And the lawyers of Mr. Prince Asumedu kept on challenging this. A more pro-VC response near them. By through the Investing Legal Council can say side judicial board near them as a state into this committee no na yenye yen train recommendation ebe na ye
okay.
Here woman judicial board so the ruling ever. So
okay, which is the committee, which is the dean?
No.
And a committee.
This committee no report in my.
Okay.
Judicial board now, University Legal Council, I can say a non-existent.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, some of the members of Manchester Commonwealth School, no, almost so many ruling neighbor. So some of us started questioning. Open here. The point is that if we are saying if we are where in the world do we petition two bodies on an election petition? Say Ghana has said 2020 elections are the NDC through the former president John Dramani Mahama lose election. Or say my petition court of appeal as a petition Supreme Court. I ain't find out say something before.
No.
And so what I'm saying that inferring the Dean's Committee, because the University of Ghana SRC constitution, it doesn't operate alone. It operates under the status of the university, meaning that the status of the university is higher than what the SRC constitution. And Abra losing candidate now invoking the oversight responsibility of the dean of students. It means that it renders the judicial board moot. It means that the judicial board is basically non-existent because I can't say High Court and I say Court of Appeal. Not Supreme Court. I
didn't say I
said lower court. It doesn't exist anymore. So that has been some of our argument. I mean, you had people agitating and all of that. And the judicial board went ahead to bring their ruling. And ruling, I don't even discuss it here because there are whole lot of...
And then, what was the ruling?
Now, the reliefs that the losing candidate, that is Samuel Mosofosu, was seeking, they say, one, Mensa Sabah Hall, I mean, Sasume Dutia, winning, Yencha Mensa Sabah Hall votes him because Electoral Commission, time out, the Maya say, Yanto Abano,
How?
Exactly, I'll explain. Now, in their reliefs, the losing candidate, Mr. Samuel Ofosunelo is can say, Electoral Commission can say, you better abandon from I think 8 p.m. to 6 p.m. And about 6 p.m. no, now still about 2 hours. Mensa Sabah Hall, and Tianuntino, Yanya de Yen Abana, what
no cressa.
Yes, no cressa. There are contention, and I say, Mr. Prince, as the lawyers, they are bone of contention, and EC's no lawyers, they say, national level, crampa. It is a national way, say, Yakase about 5 o'clock. Now, answer na 5, never bono, Nipane woman, or to Abani, open case and patrodena, and Rane saying, Samijina, Mijala, and not 5 album or line anymore. Constitution does not ban me from voting
to Abano.
It's no. This is an argument. Any Mr. Prince has made more arguments at the court. And say, as at the time, to 6 o'clock, there were people in the queue. So we had to give them the opportunity to vote. And Mr. Samuel Omosofosuno, the lawyers argue. One of the arguments they say, he's not the right way of verifying the voters. What are the constitutional instruments are? I am saying all of this off head because I have followed and I have read from A to Z about this whole electoral process. What are the constitutional instruments are? It gives 2 forms of verification. This is an election, Ghana election, no don't sabe ever to biometric verification not verify. You just elections ya now ubetimi a manual verification or online verification. Online verification they say UGCS or more your database in an mama is in a link. It is in a tap link obo dia. Obo din ebia ekin sopoku. minim beba, course I me ebeba, hall I me and so beba. It means that the EC has verified you. The EC argument in court and so say open case answer bibia besia in tokasem kakra, polling station hono. Manual verification later na de verify no. In tokwani see na ayeden I say. But the same CI gives an alternative way of what? Of verifying.
In tokwani see why?
There was a little bit of clash at Mensa Sabaho.
Okay.
It's in a basano and Nema Kakra then and part of the pleadings and as a part of the story, the losing candidates can say manual verification list near then AI. And in fact, he's in the corroborate. He said yes, in Tokwani see manual verification list near then AI. But you cannot use that to disenfranchise the people who are in the queue. Because open case him say the right to vote is not only protected by the SRC constitution, but also protected by the 1992 constitution.
Absolutely.
And so the EC anti-media BB about disenfranchise some crofona more than more line him. And the EC say per me constitutional instrument I made to abano. Meet an online verification. The people are no more line more better abani yeah. More online verification.
And now okay.
In the ruling of the judicial board, no say okay. One, say even at the national level, no say about the abana time na so kra na for line more yeden. Omo to abana. Nti no eno de no kre. E sound so no kre say o constitutional instrument say which me online then verification. Nanso tie court no judicial board. Judicial board say nanso misusu say nipa dodo na to about within that time no my share video be na sa video no in my thinking I don't think say sankofo ni betimi ato about within that period intimatwa
because
because in their thinking no omo say omo share video bi na sa video omo share no na nipa online ni mo mbro 100 enu ti no omo nsusuye mu no do verification na is ni ye na right do nipa na online na wo so omo to aba no but omo nsusuye mu no they are thinking a cast doubt because any panintment to aba.
On basis
but I would send you the ruling of the judicial board.
Yes, I want to have it.
They never quoted a single law to back whatever that ruling that they made. Second, a Kwafo Hall result. A Kwafo Hall result, the pleadings are the losing candidates, and they say, yeah, the ballot paper 600 ne koye. Almost you the 600 ne koye. Yeah, two about we are verified nipa 567. And easily declare abano declare the total vote declared no valid vote declared was around 326. And you know almost said there is an overvoting at a Kwafo Hall. In the proceedings no this is no lawyer and say yeah two abano in penchen be the Homa, people were alleging said there was ballot stuffing. And into the Drew Collation Center hono. Anna the losing candidate any Mr. Prince Asumedu. Omo candidate, omo polling agent, ejitu mu say based on the allegation na ya level no. I say ballot stuffing no. Say yeah sort it out. Let us find a way to sort out the staffed ballot. Okay. And by method I be use to say you shall not ballot papers na ebobo so a na chese nipa ba ko antimi meto aba or the better so sa nti no na chese e ballot staff nti ebe den ye be ye and obi aye den agitum ana isi ne ye den eyi all those ballot staff in ye den efim no declare the valid voter isi ne declare was around 300. The total number of registered voters we call for is around 1,300 plus. The total number of verified voters was around 567. The total number of ballot papers received was around 726. So, looking at, main point is looking at, we followed elections here in Ghana, and we all know the definition in the Supreme Court at the by when it comes to voting. And clearly, NIPA 326 and you declare ballot papers are called 726. Registered voters are 1,300. So how does overvoting come in?
Okay, but declared vote, a comma wine.
A comma, don't want to come Mr. Prince Asumedu. Okay. And to court needs to say, I say, you try a for her abandoning because yes, to say, open the case to you. I'm ruling no debia, yes, to say, met now is in the sorted out the staffed ballot. It wasn't right. Court no so anka any method or modern say right to.
Okay, but method is in a fast with the sort.
Method is in the fast or at the sortie and say. Or see, okay, agent, Mr. Prince assumed agent to her. Mr. Nana Biun's agent to her. A quite pension ever fast so you be ballot. If you are say ye know who's a ballot papers be able so 10 20. You're bedding. You be if because we believe say Opina I best staff the ballot with those 10 or 20 ballot what papers.
Okay.
Because semi opoque is me quite to a bar. Back single sheet near the day. Yeah, so it will be unreasonable. Say who ballot papers a tata. So not to say Obi be day. A best staff here no me the Omuyini film and it was agreed by all parties and agents. And on court me say some method na is in here the AUC and Omonya there. Omundi so man propose any alternative what method be anya den amba but the crack police say empo the omo kan nyina no I mean yes a court bu asema no ayede we bu asemi but the point is that the non-existence of the judicial board no cram mo really near the air null and void because university no legal council and the responses are pro-VC any dean of student the correspondence from Radio Universe said the judicial board was non-existent. So that has been the back and forth of this whole SRC elections. Okay, has there been any admission? No, judicial board now, your friend, old students, I mean, it was a mistake. Has there been any admission like that? At the stance now, we are going by the response of pro-vice chancellor at the buy no say judicial board here non-existent. But you know, time a ruling in buy no, and now Mr. Prince we saw a memo BM. Dean of students now invited the candidates involved, the judicial board, that is the chief justice and the ECs. And the agenda for the meeting was SRC elections and the way forward. And to more course our meeting, I believe say no the master prince assumed but the summary of this whole University of Ghana 2021 SRC election very simple. Say EC declare obisa diaba. EC declare no obisa onye the ontiase. Sometime na on tiase na the amamrane ka say judicial board on any ho it the command dean and a dean and so say any committee's report no committee report na mbaye and as judicial board na any ho no all of a sudden e buy be ma rule and Mr. Prince Asumedu said no per more response am de amame no and in fact per the provisions of the SRC constitution no judicial board na any ho ampa and e bi mo so say change na achi. Yeah, the judicial board ruling in a bed. I'll give you. Okay. My Prince Asumedu, or president elect, SRC president elect. Prince.
Sir.
Say.
I'm Adom, Legon from Pie board and for you know.
From Kakra. Good. Say, I mean, don't say, who say, the SRC president elect.
But trying because University of Ghana Electoral Commissioner, your constitution, mandate to organize elections, declared me a winner of the 2021 GSRC elections. And Prince Asumedu is the SRC president-elect per the declaration by the Electoral Commissioner on the 1st of November 2021.
Okay. Sanshia Muna a course so between both candidates and electoral commission other stakeholders. No, you were there. Some meeting, no, the way forward after the SRC meeting. Then a course was Sanshia Muna say.
Brapedi, I say Asemia ye came. The Siano, our court, Asomuni nine so need to assess some quarter.
Yeah.
The way I come we have to be very, very careful about it because nobody is above the law. And Kabaya and Semini be or mistake people would dive into them, then at the appropriate time, no, now share how things will go. I believe that the institutions or the structures within the premier universities taking measures to make sure that all these issues are resolved as soon as possible. And the most critical questions like that, how say Kofi will dive into.
Okay.
Then we take it from there. So that's some, minor questions. So that we'll be very careful about the issue at the courts now.
But from where you sit and Juma, but I'm receiving a lot of Facebook comments. Just say University of Ghana for about Facebook. I don't know what, in your opinion, what you know. Also say, I say Amaniama Sisa. I mean, Kofi mentioned in passing, say the serious politics going on. Now I can't. I mean, I don't necessarily. I don't know if that is how you see it.
Prince Asumedu and the entire team here, Adom.
Yes.
Yes, he seeking redress from the High Court. Ama court ahwehwe nsem amayeno. Nti yes, although there might be some politics happening on ground, but I cannot, as a good citizen and abiding somebody who follows rules and regulations,
Yes.
Maintaining maybe as boy, hey, nah. At the end of the day, the premier university of this country would see something that has never happened before in the school. The Abasa was many team no yakaya humbo na yeko tested the laws. You tested the laws.
Okay. And Mamisa, then Pana what are you seeking? What are your Buffalo cry then? Now what you share our court Prince.
Okay. So the American say assembly dia kodan court no pay ene emrani justice ebeye adwuma ne ntem so.
Okay. What can I say? Then partner person which to abawi ya declare as winner and CCA as a maintain want to be abem ya swear obi so in Zoom now they aqua court. What are you looking for, Prince?
So the mandate now the good people of the University of Ghana gave me on that particular day, and also you swear me in as president of the SRC. No matter me some man for, and no one idea me.
Okay. I don't know what this one means. 64th, Peche. Is that it?
Exactly.
Peche. It keeps coming on Facebook. Okay. Grace Safwa or say so humble and down to earth. 64th Peche and Pamela Ami Sayuram on Facebook. Very, very humble. Dakwa Debbie. Or say we are looking for justice. That's all we want. Ya Santua Angela. Or say all we want is for Prince to be sworn in as president, SRC president. Orlando Nyavi Maxwell. Or say we voted for Asumedu and he still remains the president elect. Also there or they Abanon Frank Adakwa Adom. Or say just want to cheat the young man. Also there or they Abanon Evangelist Ebenezer Kojo Kum or say Dom. Also there the Abanon Bema Amwako Elijah. Also when I hear Dom, all of a sudden the goosebumps all over. Also there are the Wisdom Ndukwe or say 64 Peche.
That's my vice president.
Okay.
Wisdom. I salute boss.
I see. Okay, Pierre Ramis Amrao. I mean into the areas the president elect Untimi Mkono na yentwetwen komo at that meeting and the outcome of that meeting.
Yes, and the TN say and answer the Koba and say the dean of students at first are meeting and the release you nya any updates nya actually said the dean of students suggested or made it clear to a man no more meeting him say judicial board ruling na aba na only some senior management members akoye meeting na the position is that yenko by the judicial board ruling no
which is
really no the abane say omwetwa ekwafo ho ne mensa saba ho ni mu na yenkoto no foforo enti ahono na people started questioning say and then ekosi the same management through the Pro Vice Chancellor Esa Ebeka says a judicial body in Yeden anyhow through the university's legal council anyhow. Ama Udin of students and Casa through Radio Universe on the 10th of December. A reporter was say ad hoc committees report. A Jaffe Aden Tina Fe reporting my own country about report was a young boy by Star Judicial Board ruling. Yakase no muniho and I said they don't exist.
Okay. Me Kofi me ba me homra me ba e beto akomo so ma me entisa commercial blocky info me ba me ne Kofi Opoku Akin so University of Ghana SRC PRO and Asumadu Prince SRC president elect na me no mo come for those of my listeners on Facebook. Stay with us me ba mo comment ni nyina ma beken kan ni nyina Chris Wilson, Joyce Opoku, Joshua Lamte, Kuma Desmond and I feel more Facebook ni nyina mo try me what to say na fe me ba ya beken kan mo Facebook comment ni ba
enise onipa bia obi aye na yakayaka de eka na notum onipa bia fata ni die ni obuo so bi tutu apomuden eni die ene wo bambo asia ene so wopamwa free Orange Support Center e wo to free number 0800-111-222 Simon Boy United Nations Population Fund UNFPA and a day bro.
Syndicated Capital introduces the Silent Night range of luxury mattresses and pillows. And for the first time, the Silent Night pregnancy and nursing pillows crafted to provide exceptional relief for your legs, belly, and back during pregnancy, as well as amazing back support feeding your baby. No more sleepless nights and no more hustle with breastfeeding. Check out the Super Pillow Top Orthopedic Mattress, made with 12 inches of memory foam cushioning, providing unparalleled comfort and guaranteed to last for 20 years. No mattress comes close in comfort and support. Also available are high-quality bed sheets, reversible quills, a large collection of orthopedic pillows and luxurious towels at unbelievable prices. Silent Night products are available at all Melcom shops, game stores, and Silent Night showrooms at Tema, Asylum Down, Adenta, Spintex Road, and Kumasi behind Mainshire Palace, or call 0302 242532 or 050-131-5776. Silent Night. Sleep like never before.
Hi, I'm DJ Drogba. On average, 250,000 people die on the road in Africa each year. This breaks my heart, knowing that so many deaths could have been avoided. Follow these safe steps and help save lives. Drivers and pedestrians share the same responsibility of keeping themselves and others safe. Your eyes and ears are your best safety tools. Avoid using electric devices that distract your attention. Stay on sidewalks. If there is no footpath, walk on the edge of the road facing oncoming traffic. At a road crossing, stop, look both ways, listen, and then cross. And please, never play in or near roads. We all have a role to play in road safety. Together, let's make Africa's road safer.
This announcement is brought to you by the Prudent Foundation in partnership with the FIA Action for Road Safety, Prudential Life Insurance Ghana, and the D.D. Drogba Foundation.
Indomie Instant Noodles wishes you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
These days, for every one thing you're looking to buy, there are at least 5 options. But what if you had to make that one choice? The choice for quality home appliances with exceptional prices and unbelievable after-sales service. Whirlpool. At Whirlpool, we let the track record speak for itself. From Whirlpool built-in appliances, Whirlpool refrigerators, Whirlpool washing machines, Whirlpool ACs to Whirlpool kitchen appliances. Locate Whirlpool at La, Achimota, Spentex, Tamale, Kumasi, and Takoradi. Call us today on 0302 778 126 for all your premium Whirlpool home appliances at unbelievable prices. Whirlpool, sensing the difference.
MasterCard and open up a world of priceless possibilities. From online streaming subscriptions from around the world to dining out at your usual restaurant or finding new favorites to the thrill of an in-store shopping spree. From treating yourself to a movie to spoiling the family with an unforgettable holiday destination. Whatever you do and wherever you go, from the moment you choose your card in the bank, go with MasterCard, the secure and convenient way to pay. MasterCard, start something priceless.
Jim FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Right, and we are back. That's it, sir. What trying? Ma Yakwaba, it's 2 minutes after 10. Adom 106.3 FM. Mene University of Ghana, SRC for and about to a course no echi. Yeah, a course mene Mante Uni, Echuche Hon, and Komoko Fipuku Akins, a SRC PRO, and a Prince Asumedu, or no, and a Electoral Commission, a bone, Dean, say wedding kunim, and so, as a ye run a kawa afana battery, and seminal aqua bibia. Chris Wilson, I say, O Kosro. From Kra, Dom Prince Asumedu is University of Ghana SRC President elect. Else war there be war there. Yes, Remo. War there. Yes, Remo. Chris Wilson. Yes, Remo. Emmanuel Into was a come rain or shine. Mr. Prince Asumedu is the 64th UGSRC President. Ibrahim Hanat or say Nana B. India Nana a champion Uti Berima number 9, number 10 is a joke. I dare you Asumedu will never be the 64th president. Nana a champion Uti Berima, and so they are or they are no. I say number 9, number 10 is a joke. I dare you Asumedu will never be the 64th president. And no Panda Hat I say 64th Peche Desmond Yabuabeng or say justice and fairness must always prevail, and with that we can change our world for good. 64th Papa on also there or the Abba no Kofi. Yeah, na Uswa Okasa.
Yeah, Senator Americano.
Yeah.
You're Dean of Students of Affairs. Professor Bobkin. A meeting between the stakeholders, aspirants for that is the president-elect, any losing candidates on the petition here, a coin any issues.
Yeah.
And the Chief Justice of the Judicial Board now, no more seeing the any hon. Chehonona, Dean of Students, neighbor Bekase, he has had meetings with some senior management members and almost said they should go by the Judicial Board ruling. So, Honona, questions need to arise. I didn't see a train committee report. And you know, after about the same after the most by Judicial Board ruling inquiry run. And you know, per information I mean, and say, I am the Prince Asumedu or Tiheno. And other stakeholders or more meeting, Busaya say, okay, so when this in Peninfoya meeting, now some Peninfoya no more catch as a young train committee's report based on the response at Pro-VC. And the Prince now, my the minutes of that meeting now no me na o makosa so ma no se na be ya o chine bi asem ntino ye be ka se mo amuka say na se my den masesa ma dwen no na ye hu the way forward ntino e hono na isi ni be release a statement say based on
no me ba minute the monsakai minutes of that meeting
yen sanka minutes up to now the parties involved in sanka the minutes of that meeting na isi ni be release a statement say based on ahoba management, that is Pro-VCSR and Dean of Students at their board mono say train committee report until such a time a committee report the judicial board they render say it wasn't existent. Train committee report na time my management today report na management bed direct biano and nebe hu de ebeye until I think on Wednesday I would have to get the date. That was last week Wednesday. Registrar issue an email to all students. Say, let me get the email then read it very well.
Yes, for clarity's sake, per email, but let me check a few comments on Facebook. Nafi, Rita, also 64 Peche, Adom, Minister Kobe Music, also Prince Asumed is the 2021-2022 UG SRC president. Atam Pobeko low battery. Nana Fi Jan also blame the dean for such occurrences. Still, Dom Nidia or the buy and Daniel Lemisa also why Ghanaian. On the prophet.
So, Mesaka,
good. Okay.
Mesaka. So this email was sent to students on the 21st of December.
Okay, and it reads.
Notice on SRC elections. University management has been following events regarding the 2021 Student Representative Council elections held on 20th October 2021, as well as the runoff elections held on 29th October 2021. Following the runoff elections, the Dean of Student Affairs received a number of petitions filed by students largely focused on alleged irregularities in voting in the Kwafo Hall and Mensa Sabah halls. In consultation with university management, the Dean set up a committee to look into alleged infractions in connections with the SRC elections. So this email, or this part of the email, affirming Ahuba province Kadi the student committee no set judicial board anyhow. Now that is where the whole controversy starts. Or say this was at a time when the SRC judicial board was on recess.
Okay.
In the meantime, the SRC judicial board resumed work, and all parties in the election dispute participated in their hearings. University management note the decision of the SRC Judicial Board that the SRC presidential elections in the Kwafo and Mensa Sabah halls should be rerun. Management hopes that this will bring normalcy to the student front and encourage the student body to use procedures spelled out in the relevant regulations, including the constitution of the SRC. This is where we start to ask questions. That one, you acknowledge the fact that indeed the Dean of Students, in consultation with university management, has set up a committee.
Yeah.
Which affirms University Legal Council opinion on the bias not Dean of Students will to me, so best set up committee. No, it was setting up committee, no further declared judicial board no, as non-existent. Almost set up committee.
Yeah.
And indeed, you have even acknowledged in the email say Ampana judicial board no recess. So many lawyer, but Senka lawyers be tina commit me and my answers to say judicial board will recess or moji petitions, and I say court. Echo break and a court or recess or moji petition. You know, it became so people started asking questions. Open case here, a very ambiguous and, in my opinion, the highest level of unconstitutionality in the history of University of Ghana SRC politics. Why am I saying this? A Honor Judicial Board non-existent, chaired by Miss Regina Palu, a school no chief justice of any horn. Ebe cite this is for contempt. Contempt I am easy no any fair hearing no. Yam fair easy say easy because
almost cite easy for contempt for declaring
no.
And for them.
Judicial body ruling by say yam koto abano. See within 1 week omonhye na omonye don koto aba. Ana easy ni can minti dia wo kan into because one can say declare say we are non-existent. Now management akache so obi antwen committee report into say committee report ni den eba de ebe kan na ye de be ejuma. Now even if the judicial board was existent, now patrol should be contempt. Don't you give the person a fair hearing so that the person will explain to you the entire way in do ruling so. Ghana has said now, you know, the late Sir John, the former general secretary of the MPP, Supreme Court actually contempt. Supreme Court Emma and Quine Emma Beden. Obekana Samo Ama Sir John Yeden, Yaya Papa Sir John Yeden, a pacho, Yaya national organizer now, the couple Supreme Court actually contempt. Supreme Court an opportunity to come and defend or apologize. So you give the person a fair hearing. That is natural justice. I'm a political science student, but these are basic things that we should know. Judicial board chairperson easy for us a fair hearing. No, I'm not sure by so no. At wachi easy for ne contempt na enu nti no wasaki easy so no wasaki easy for no wasama execom is the executive committee of the SRC.
Yeah.
Now when you come to the structures of the SRC, we have execom, we have the general assembly are quite the parliament of the SRC. And based on your modular system we into no form the general assembly, that is parliament. And the execom na executive committee and na act as parliament now. And a chief justice not sure say wama or the winning by Wednesday, that is 21st. Wama execom up to 24th. Execom appointed an interim IMC chair and as a commission. No running election no na say execom enti anya sadia yen declare the losing candidate as president. Yen twa sabaho na yen twa ekwafo ho abanim. Na the only di no nya den yen declare as president.
Okay, this election na say so because you say electoral commission na.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's chairperson of the judicial board, who chief justice. Also wasaki one man akwenya.
Ana say oba organize election no.
Organize election also wasaki no.
Yeah.
And what tax the acting SRC president or chair of the execom say one man in 3 days, within 3 days. Open case it you. One man within 3 days say on fire appoint easy. Now within 3 days now organize elections. Then man for Nesabana say one man. Mr. Prince Asumedu should suffer the penalty by say yenyi sabaho any kwafo ho nyede emfim na yen declare
Bonnie Ben no why
Prince Asumedu na organize elections.
Exactly my question.
So you could clearly see that it was a deliberate plot orchestrated by certain people to deliberately achieve a certain purpose.
Dean of Dean no and say pennyphobia.
Dean your Professor Bob.
Okay.
My friend or say enyo no bekasama.
Kojo beka o say enyo no kasama university no.
O say enyo no the bekasama university ne FSA ntimi free registrar. And to register am go so asema sa beka no. That Professor Bob dey also on kasa.
Okay.
All
right, but that's it.
Yeah. Some of us and some other students, concerned students, and so you had a lot of people writing statements. You had collation of concerned post up for a complaining say judicial board ruling impo na de kwa. Let us give the people of Mensa Sabaho and the Kwafo Hall the fair opportunity to vote.
Yeah.
Because and yes, Oman Kotuaba na yade. Oh, court no so why the way film. No, Michelle, Supreme Court in Ghana, ebetimi aka say, Ashanti region vote, now there were some irregularities into a year film. Western region, the idea, year film. Yama a parliament, and bear 1 week, and appointing ECs and answer something like of that sort. Now, East me and your Juma, yen is uncle for any day, and film yen declare before as president. Where is this done? Entity, you. A semi-call execom, no. The execom is chaired by the acting SRC president. Now, in fairness and in the spirit of justice, impo the judicial board no, and I said, what do you have to do? So what 3 days? Don't you expedite the process to appoint an IMC chair to run it?
Yeah,
Omoko execom meeting on the Wednesday. The meeting started around 7 p.m. Omo communicating on their execom meeting about Zoom. Later you say near Google Teams. Omo meeting, the agenda of the meeting such a critical issue. Then can you isn't not the SRC election and the topmost agenda on the issue. And offer SRC hostel project name one other some agenda that was not relevant at the moment. Through appointment of ECs for no say at the execom recess. Not to say Wednesday I then Thursday or by and so no. Omokasa say omoko recess. And a Thursday this year then. So even the attempt to appoint an IMC chair to even run the elections at
yeah. Okay.
Friday drew here. That is 24th now judicial board. Then the acting SRC president will come out with a resolution. Say, okay, judicial board can say appoint IMC chair not running elections on the yanye. After judicial board says yenyi sa 2 horse ninge day. If the losing candidate as what as president in in. That was where the whole agitation started coming. Into Mr. Prince Asumedu who said no. Say na the will of the people will be subverted because I was duly declared elected by the Electoral Commission, and that I've exhausted the internal process. Me who no, any Obeko High Court I could secure an injunction, and mandatory injunction on the whole process. Into almost serving the relevant stakeholders on Friday. Almost serving the vice chancellor, the dean of students, and then the chief justice. And that is the Regina Paluno. Then still, a communique from the acting SRC president say, Obabe swear in the losing candidate. Any the secretary treasurer no more than the nasi any hono. This is where the interesting thing comes in. A hono na you had the university management through registrar. And the communique by say open Nana Kwame Ntofianko, the acting SRC president. We have seen you, and I say who say, oh, the letter say, oh, Baba swear in Obi as SRC president. Now, yensaka an injunction from a court. A chest says, oh, swear Obi in just a prince of me do a day. What he into the missile, Adiana Okoyeno, Sheniye na management a twofold. The acting SRC president defiled the caution of management and went ahead to do the swearing. But only maybe swearing. Zoom. University of Ghana SRC, the citadel of knowledge. We pride ourselves to be the premier university. Now you're handing over. Now, when you read the SRC constitution, when you look at where the oath of office affirmation it clearly states say, so any such ceremony, I was say a public gathering. Now, say a public gathering, a university official.
Why not go penny?
Registrar, your friend Madam Emilia AJ Mensa, was a public affairs director mum and Casa. It from Professor Bokpin to that's the dean. Yeah. To registrar. Registrar say public affairs into you better try on also.
Okay. It's Ebanesano. Management a caution the acting SRC president. And when you read the oath of office now, you have to swear in at a public gathering. And a university official, or say university official, still Kwame Ntofianko, the acting SRC president, and the chief justice now court as injunction went ahead to swear in the losing candidate as the SRC president. Say Ghana has a Jemensa declare His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as president. Now, Chief Justice said, Mekwa swear in His Excellency the former President John Dramani Mahama. Look at the chaos we would have caused here in Ghana. In the Honona agitation started and Mensa Sabaho for a sorry, yes and no. Yena Yahwa Basem, Yakotuaba, and ye fought, and ye organize elections. Una judicial board, which have been. What Abema give us the opportunity to vote again. So people started condemning the act. And then, and here, you see, baby, assembly done now the idea. I would commend the venerable Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Professor Nanaba Amfu, for the leadership she has shown. Because we heard that there was an emergency through a notice from the registrar in our email. There was an emergency academic board meeting to discuss the SRC elections and all of that. And the academic board came out with a strong resolution can say the acting SRC president Nakoyeno, they don't recognize it.
Okay, was it at that meeting as you say SRC secretary
as the acting SRC president?
Was at that meeting?
That is the resolution and they say, oh, acting SRC president, Yakacho University Management Akacho say Abia Wukwakoye. Assembly or court injunction also. And whatever that you will do, use the word. Almost say your actions has a dire consequences. Acting SRC president and Chief Justice and still went ahead to do what they went to do. Vice Chancellor of the university, being the chief administrator of the school, any academic board, who share the composition of the academic board. It comprises of the pro-vice chancellors, it comprises of the deans, the provost, and the deputy provost, and professors and associate professors. Okay. Meeting, no. Dear boy, it is highly disrespectful in that university management does not recognize whatever swearing in our idea. why no in the interim no yeah case by 31st of December yensu are in the secretary. When you look at the organogram of the SRC, when the president and the vice is not there, it's the secretary that will takes over. It's secretary now I say no the assembly anya den eni no yensu ani in as acting SRC president na treasurer na mayor den and be the vice omu wi omo appoint obi as the PRO no act as secretary na omo appoint obi as finance committee chair no so act as treasurer.
Kofi in fact my shada ma kwama watch mu pa. Let me go back to Prince. Prince, what the last time I called court? I said, court etraso.
We are going back to the court on the 10th January.
10th January.
Virtual.
Okay. When was the last hearing?
No, I'm granting injunction in court.
Okay, I think I'm about court. Okay. You have a huge following because I'm to Obama. I understand how they feel. In fact, on Facebook, there's a huge viewership on Facebook. More commenting. What would you want to tell them? Assembly and Culture University Management Board. Na fe student and can will support us. To Abano in these times.
Okay, senior. First of all, I would say a very big thank you to the university management, chaired by the Vice Chancellor, Professor Nanaba Akusiam, for showing a very great leadership. Vice Chancellor, no, University of Ghana Vice Chancellor, or the Wayadi Papa. Say, or the form on management for Office of the Dean of Student. Omodi omona si form na losing candidate olusu ya enkankrofobia faculty kwan so adi tumi a hye nsa anya adwuma afin so the entire team ye dom
me ba kwajo for the producer obo adwuma pa he's been back and forth why be na go friend
me frère Madame Eliezer Director of Public Affairs say me frère Professor Bokni no ka say me frère registrar Madam J. Or no say me frère Director of Public Affairs. Director of Public Affairs is me frère no or say a registrar issue statement a wo school website. And I'm sure yen onu no nim nka nka onka emu nsam na nkyere yen na Ghana phone tie. O si ba bi owo no dede o mo. Enti no wa shem boso wo chena.
Okay, that's fine. But that's a for you. Prince Pasumami.
Okay.
Yeah.
The good people of the University of Ghana, close to 8,000 students, are to me PA. Babe Tuabama, Prince Asumeduni was coming on the 29th of October. The mandate share in Semuno. Yamin Shirobia, no bia keeping the composure, or bia keeping calm. And so we be making sure say 2 million Modia share and Sano. Ever cost cream na bibia we pay a be di school for nanim. I'm a prepare a year school for nanim. I'm not doing this because Prince it's about Prince and wisdom, or it's about myself and the team. But I'm doing this so the be a dachi biano. Mema me no tomatoes on Madina market. No tom bidian so mokola. Neba tetin mo room na neba to me University of Ghana. And this was didn't be our Wobiano. Any Trimupobi will be of us or the Sumne Mino. Or dinner homa so better more. A quine better or not pepe or Ayajuma. So it's not about Sumedu. It's about the good people of the university and those who are yet to come to the University of Ghana. To be an kind of command to me. Basa. Meaning, say, senior university management a techie steps towards resolving this issue. Now, issue in so court, no. At the end of the day, Prince Asumedu and Wisdom Indukwe will be sworn in as president of the Premier University.
Okay,
thank you,
Prince. Medasepa. Kofi Akins. Kofi. Fancy president elect Akateri, but listening to you this morning, I'm just fascinated. You make a fantastic communicator. Trust me. Me run it for Tescom president. Just I mean, names are quite
He's the current speaker for University of Ghana. Legon Hall.
No. See, I get to listen to a lot of people on my show, but you know, how Tina names are
only maybe.
Get fired.
I've been with him for almost 4 years now. University of Ghana campus. Now, Michelle Abranti, and you know. He has been all-time research officer of research and elections officer of TESCON on campus. We are about level 100, you know. Continuing as secretary to the external affairs of the SRC.
Wow.
Yes, and he was appointed as the political head Legon Hall JCR. Now, Babaye speaker or a council member Legon Hall was the acting SRC PRO. Was political science and also TESCON president.
Thanks for coming.